Oh, my name is Artie Red Medicine Crippen, the member of the Shinnecock tribe of the Montauk Nation, and I'm here to talk about my history of singing. I started in 1972, and I became the first of the family to become a young blood singer. There had to be more powwows. There had to be a way to visit other tribes and get to know some songs. And I'm one of the originals. We have 7 generations of Youngblood, and we're all connected. It's an intertribal drum group. We're from different places, but we're out of Long Island, New York. And I've drummed almost up to, from 72 all the way to maybe 2001. And that's today. So I've been drumming almost 45 years. I've learned a lot of songs. I've met certain people. I am also a sun dancer, a pipe carrier, and a shaman of the Montauk Nation. And this is just the travel that I've been doing. And out through that travel, I met my best friend, which is my wife, Kathy Crippen, which is from the Ramapo Nation. And together, we became storytellers, drummers, cultural teachers, and the last 20 years we have traveled all over the world, and now we are drum for a tribe called the Mashantucket Nation. And we did that from 92 until 2008, where we taught the Eastern culture. And to myself, I didn't know any of the language. So we had to go research, and I found that there was a place down here in Rhode Island at 807 Broad Street that was doing the language through song and dance. And I had to go find out about my culture as Algonquin Indians. What was the original language before the northern style, because we all sang Lakota style, Oklahoma style, and straight style. And I want to know a little bit more about my culture. My dance is, I started as a fancy dancer. And through that, I said, you know what? I want to be Eastern Moor. And yes, in 1991 and 1992, I was Skemitson world champion 2 times in a row. They can never take that from me. So I've earned that title as grand champion back to back. And I came to a place and I met my brother. He's a good man, Darryl Black Eagle. And we started dancing and singing at 807 Broad Street at the Culture Place. And I liked it. I liked the words. And I had to get a little bit more knowledge of what we were saying. So we took a travel and went all the way up until we met our elder, Tree Bears. He said, Artie, I got an elder that speaks the language, and we're going to sing the songs through our culture. I said, where you from? He said, well, I'm from the area that we're here in Woolsocket. And right now I'm sitting in Woolsocket. And we started a mixed songs, a power etiquette song, because the language in the Eastern way is very long words. So we had to make it smaller to make songs shorter. So together, myself and Darryl, and we have a beautiful brother named Ray Watson. He's also one of the music writers of our songs. Together we created some songs that will go in the powwow genre, either for women, traditional, children, round dance, and a lot of veteran songs, a lot of men songs, a lot of warrior songs. And everything has the English, we say it before we start, and what it means when we do it in the language, and that's what I was looking for. And I've seen that, and so far we have sang almost 14 years. To be our 14th year, coming together, singing our way of the songs. Not to say anything, I love my Lakota ways. My friends, they taught me the sun dance, they taught me the words, but I had to know about who I was. And I thought, when we come together and we sing these words that are not spoken anymore, this is a good way to learn, because a lot of kids learn through song and dance. And me and my wife, as storytellers, we figure oral history is the best way to learn our language. And together, we started writing music. And I think today, maybe we got about 7 CDs. We got almost 80 songs in the last 15 years that we have came together. And when we first started, yes, there was a lot of ruckus out there because people don't understand their own language. And if I'm a teacher, I got to learn who I am first before I go forward. So, me and my wife now, we're happy to be here. I think Daryl and Ray, I was introduced to them by Brother Juan Hazard. And I didn't know what we was getting into until we started bringing another group of indigenous natives to our circle, and that also was intertribal. It wasn't from all the same tribes, but it was all the Algonquin-speaking people. And we came together, we brought words together, and we started making songs. So.
I come from the borderline between New York and New Jersey. I'm a Ramapo storyteller, and I'm going to tell you a story, a real story, a story about me, one of my adventures. When I was 8 years old, I used to love the summer nights. The summer nights were so beautiful and they were so warm. I lived in an apartment building down by the end of the road where the woods were. And we had a big, huge window in my room. And at night when my mother told me to go to bed, and I put my pajamas on, it was still light. Well, I would wait just before dusk, and I had a big, huge mayonnaise jar that had holes poked in it. And I would get my mayonnaise jar, put my slippers on, open the window, and crawl out. And there was the magic of the fireflies. What magic it was. I would run around, me and my friends, and we would catch them and put them in the big mayonnaise jar. When we finished, we would go back up into our rooms, which mine had the big picture window, and I'd climb in the house, shut the window, put the mayonnaise jar on my dresser, and the magic would blink all night long until the morning light. And I was so tired I would fall asleep. And the next morning, I would open up the picture window, open up the mayonnaise jar, and let them free, because you never keep anything you can't take care of. Remember that, kids. Do not take care of it. If you can't take care of it, don't keep it. And then I would do it again the next night. With a big smile on my face, I would watch the magic of the fireflies. And you know what's wrong here? We got so wrapped up in life, we can't think about the simple things like the magic of the fireflies. And if you forgot how to be a child and have a child's heart, and you don't have your imagination anymore, then you're lost in this world. I'm going to sing you a little song for the fireflies, and it's called Wah-Wah-Tee-See. Wah-Wah-Tee-See, Wah-Wah-Tee-See, little, little firefly. Wah-Wah-Tee-See, Wah-Wah-Tee-See, little, little firefly. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm 71 years old, and I still got a child's heart, and I still believe in the magic of the firefly. And every time dusk comes and I'm around the woods, I'm always looking to see if they're there. Akwani, people, enjoy your life. Don't take things so hard. Take time to learn about the simple things, and you'll be all right. Tabatni.
Kawankamish ni tompas. Kawi wunanamwa kileki techepe ayayung aho akwini. My name is Wunamwal Tom Frederick of the Chappaquiddick. I am the second chief. And I'm here this evening to tell a story of the prophecy of the black, red, yellow, and white. When you go to the powwows, you see many of the different regalia reflecting the black, red, yellow, and white. But there is a story that is behind that. My grandfather used to sit and tell, and this story speaks of the 4 races of man. He spoke of the black race, the red race, the yellow race, and the white race. And he said the Great Spirit created all of us to be equal and to share. And to each one, we were to become guardians of the sacred elements of Mother Earth. To the black race, he gave water, the guardian of water, the vanguard of all that the earth would portray. And to the native peoples, he gave dominion over the earth. And to the Asian races, dominion over the air. And to the white races, dominion over fire. And it was said that only when all of us could come together in a commonality of love and respect would the great hoop be restored and healed. And each one of those elements together would form a great peace that could last forever upon this earth. We know this to be true, that one of the greatest doctors to discover blood plasma was Dr. Charles Struve, who discovered the life-saving element of water. Within blood, we know is 90% of water itself. And to the native people, it is said that every disease that is upon the face of this earth can be harvested by the sacred knowledge of us gathering the herbs of the earth and to heal. A known fact is that much of the herbs and the healing properties can be found in the Amazon rainforest. To the Asian race, they were given dominion over the air and the power of the mind. We know that within their belief systems, the reflection of meditation and healing come from their gift. And to the white race, they were given dominion over fire. And at the core of much of the great inventions that have moved us forward into this 21st century is the spark of flame, from our engines to trains to the very light bulbs that inhabit our home. But what keeps us separate is this lack of understanding that the Creator knew that from the four directions each race would come. And once sitting under the great tree of life, this healing could move us forward as one people. These prophecies have been told thousands upon thousands of years ago, an ending that when the eagle lands on the moon and the great spider crosses this earth, an opportunity for peace will come. Well, we now know that the spider indeed has crossed the earth, because this is called the World Wide Web. And back in the 60s, the eagle did indeed land on the moon. Our stories were told by great and wise elders, and for this is an opportunity for us to live by. As an Eastern medicine singer, it is important for us to not uphold our sacred traditions, but we do this by singing the sacred songs, singing the songs for the people, to unite all peoples and all races as one. Again, on behalf of Eastern medicine singers, we say, aho, welcome.
My name is Suki Wamsakuk, Black Eagle. Black Eagle of the Pocasset Pokanoket tribe. I am the Eagle Clan chief. Our reservation is in Fall River. Fall River, Massachusetts is called the Watuppa, which means where we sit and root. And quite a few years ago, long before Eastern Medicine Singers was accepted, which was about 2008, we're now in our 13th year. I tell this story because this was a story of how the drum actually began. And now I had no experience drumming whatsoever. And one day I was down on the reservation and I was walking towards the second half of our reservation, which has where all the ancient people were. And it has our burials, all the burials, all the Simons, the Tuspequins, all the people from the families that were on the Watuppa. And as I was walking down, it's about probably a quarter to a half a mile walk down the hill to the South Watuppa, the North Watuppa Pond. As I was walking down, the first thing I saw was what I thought was a coyote, but it seemed to be even bigger than a coyote. And it sat there and it looked at me and then it took off. As I was walking down and almost got to the plateau, it's a hill where all the burials stand. For a quick minute, I saw our people dancing on top of the burial ground and drumming. And it was just the blink of an eye. It could have been just a dream of the imagination in my head. It could have been a lot of things, but I saw that. And then I left after visiting the burial ground and paying respect to my ancestors. And I went back home. And the funny story is that I met some people who came along the way and they wanted to They wanted me to teach the children with another friend of mine up at the Rhode Island Indian Council, which is in Providence. So I decided to help with that task. And then I ended up inheriting the task myself. And so what we were doing, we were teaching the kids the Eastern culture, and we were having them dance. And then several other people joined me. All the brothers that are on the Eastern Medicine Singers now, the old ones, joined me to help do this. And people started to come. So we had the kids dancing to CDs of other tribes and other drums. And one day we got the idea, hey, we need to drum for the children. So we started to drum, and we sang. And one brother came, his name was Juan Hazard, and he came and he had a drum. And the Eastern Pequot Nation let us use their drum. That was for the Long Pond Singers. So we started to drum with the Long Pond Singers drum, and then we evolved. Then we got our own drum. We bought that drum, and we became the Eastern Medicine Singers. I named it because we're from the East, and we bring the old medicine of the old ways, the old traditional music that we recreated ourselves, and we brought some of the songs with us, some of our brothers. So now the Eastern Medicine Singers have become a drum group that does performances and also a drum group that teaches. We've taught children, we've taught adults, and we've carried on the language of the Eastern Algonquins, the Massachusetts dialect. It has been our honor to do this, and for our 13th year, unfortunately, due to COVID, we will not be traveling very many places this year, but we're going to be bringing a lot of good medicine. And I thank all my brothers from the Eastern Medicine Singers for joining in that quest and making my dream and my vision that I saw come complete. So here we are today, the Eastern Medicine Singers, 2021 from 2008, still going strong, doing lots of great collaborations. And we have evolved into a performance and a traditional drum group of the East, and we will be here forever, even when I pass. Aho, and thank you for listening.